You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Hello, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler podcast. This is a new podcast where we'll talk about sports, but mainly through the vase of gambling. Just a quick intro. This is really just a trailer to tell you what the episodes are going to be about, how the podcast is going to break down. So basically it'll be maybe 2 episodes a week, one on a Monday, which will be a recap from the week before, one on a Friday, maybe Friday afternoon, which will be sort of picks for the week, discussing any picks that anybody has maybe sent me, any prices that look good, just basically what's upcoming for the weekend and what might be worth betting on. So as I say, this is a Tuesday that I'm recording this trailer. Just a quick recap on a bet I did at the weekend, which was on Sunday. One team let me down, was Monaco at home, 2-0 down, came back to 2 each, should have won the game but eventually ended up drawn. But the bet was Bayern Munich at 21-20, Aberdeen at 21-20, Hibs at 11-8, Nice at 21-20, all win, and then Monaco at 9-10, draw 2 each at home. So usual cert thing, the lowest price on the docket beat me. But so that's the kind of thing I'll be talking about on a Monday. Talking about anybody who sent me in wins, losses, whatever. Talking about picks that they made or whatever. Just a bit about me. I've been gambling for over 20 years. I've had good years, bad years. Once I really started following a proper set of rules about not chasing wins and not getting overexcited when I win and wasting money, I've been in profit most years. But the last 2 years I started keeping records, and both those years I was in profit for the year. So on Friday's episode, because the seasons haven't started yet, obviously the Premier League, Championship, League One stuff doesn't get going for a couple of weeks. Obviously some leagues have started. France League 1, Romania and Belgium I think started. Scottish leagues obviously started. But on Friday I'll be talking about outright betting. I don't know if anybody enjoys outright betting, but I do. I like placing a bet for whatever it may be, promotion, relegation, win the league, win the FA Cup, whatever it may be, and just having it run all season. It's a good way to put a small stake on and win, lots of money if you're lucky enough to do that, which on a few occasions I have been. But on Friday I'll discuss more about teams I'm looking at this year for whatever it may be. As I said, winning leagues, promotion, relegation, just in general, what my picks are going to be for the year. But as I say, I will be more of those to come on Friday. So obviously this is new, so I've set up social media accounts for people to follow and send me their bets, wins, losses, whatever it may be, good offers, good prices. So I'll give you them out. They are: Instagram is Degenerate Gambler Pod. On Twitter it's at Degenerate_pod. YouTube is the Degenerate Gambler Podcast, and the email is email at thedegenerategambler@outlook.com. Basically I just want to, before I go, say apologies for any sound quality issues. Purchased a mic, and it doesn't seem to be the highest quality mic. I'm currently researching and having a look for a better mic. What I did meant to mention was said about outright bets. I have done one outright bet this year, bit of an outlandish one. For a £5 stake, it pays out 2,583, and I couldn't believe it. The reason I did it was that the League One was starting, and so was the Romanian league. So I wanted to put it on because I couldn't believe this, that I had Lyon to finish top 3 at 10-11. Now Lyon's not in Europe this year, so they've basically only got the league to concentrate on. And I don't know, I just thought that was they were giving money away there. So the bet I done was Lyon to finish top 3 was 10-11. Cluj to win the league was even money. They've won the league last 3 years in a row. Madrid to win the league, again 10-11 they are. I can't see Barcelona. They look like they're in disarray at the minute. Half their squad's up for sale. So those three, And then I went for a few three sort of big gambles, but they're teams that I've looked at and I've sort of researched slightly. Was Stoke for promotion at 7-2. Probably got one of the best squads in that league, but now they've got Michael O'Neill. Yeah, I think they have a good chance of promotion. Tranmere for promotion. Tranmere were obviously relegated out of League 1 and the League 2, but for the last, I think it was 10 or 15 games, that they were like in the top 3 or 4 for form. That actually, if the league hadn't stopped when it stopped, they probably would have stayed up, and they've managed so far, from what I've seen, to keep most of their squad. The next one is Hull. Hull obviously got relegated from the Championship, but looking at them, they've signed some experienced players for League 1. They've kept some players, and I do think Grant McConn's a good manager, so that's a bet that I've picked out for £5. But there, as I say, there'll be more of them to come, with bigger stakes and maybe less selections. But as I say, I'm just at the minute of researching and finding out who are the best teams to bet. But anyway, so just to finish off, I just want to tell you the reason why I decided to do this, because I don't see any podcasts out there where it's an independent person just talking about, how they gamble, picks, things to fancy, whatever it may be. I've seen the Paddy Power do a horse racing one, and there's a few other ones out there, but they all have sort of a stake in, and then you on social media and you've got all these so-called tipster pages where, a lot of them, I don't know where they pick these bets from, but a lot of them do these weird leagues, tie leagues and leagues that you haven't got a clue who the teams are and never mind players, and a lot of them are affiliates, so they get paid when you lose, and they do these chain bets where you start off with £10 and in 19 weeks you'll end up with 4 million. I don't know. For me, that's not gambling. I like to gamble on sport that I can watch, and saying a lot of the bets will be football, but I do occasionally bet on horse racing, the big events, Cheltenham, Oscott, Goodwood, and maybe the National, but also maybe like the big golf majors, the tennis majors. I would sometimes have a bet, rugby, Six Nations, that type of thing, but mainly football. But I like to bet on a sport that I'm watching, that I enjoy watching. Sometimes basketball too. I'll bet on the basketball or the NFL. But again, it's a sport that I can sit down and watch and know that I have a bit of money on it, and obviously it makes the game better. But I just on sort of the tipsters and stuff. For me, I'm not a tipster. Yeah, sometimes people will throw you a tip here and there of something that they've heard and whatever. I'm more about just obviously, like most people, make a selection based on that. And I'd say I'm hoping to sort of create sort of a bit of an online community where people can share their bets, share their picks, share how they came to the conclusion that they picked somebody at 4-1 to win, and they came, correct. So basically that's what I want to do. So again, let's say follow me on social, and I say the first proper episode will be out on Friday. Usually want to keep the episodes to about 20 to 30 minutes. Don't think any more than that's needed. But again, I'll go through the socials again. It's Instagram is Degenerate Gambler Pod. Twitter, it's at Degenerate_pod. YouTube, The Degenerate Gambler Podcast. And email at thedegenerategambler@outlook.com. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on Friday.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.